Gentleman from California, Mr. Stark.
Madam Speaker, I'll yield myself 2 minutes, if I may.
Gentleman is recognized for 2 minutes.
Thank you. And I just want to rise and ask my colleagues to support H.R. 2. It's done a lot of things. It expands insurance coverage to another 4 million children. And you can argue one way or the other that they may have insurance someplace else. But this will guarantee that those 4 million additional children will get the medical care or the insurance without which they won't get medical care, first-class medical care in this country. We've passed this bill in several different forms in the past. We've enjoyed, and I want to thank 40 or 50 members across the aisle who supported it in the past. We've made some changes, and we've acknowledged the legitimacy of all legal residents in our nation by giving states the option to cover them if they choose. I'm glad to report that the bill is fully financed. We could argue about what happens 4 or 5 years out, but I'm sure we'll have more of an argument of whether the very rich should enjoy escaping capital gains tax or we should do away with the inheritance tax, which will bother many of the opponents much more than the idea of the tobacco tax, or indeed the prohibition on the unethical kickbacks that physicians receive from ownership hospitals, most of which are of questionable safety and quality. This legislation expands health coverage to our nation's children, and it is worthy of our support. I'd like to take just a moment to thank the staff members who worked so hard over the past almost 2 years. From the staff on the Committee on Energy and Commerce, Bridget Taylor, Karen Nelson, Andy Schneider, Amy Hall, Privy Kemp, Tim Gruniger, Hassan Sansour, and Bobby Clark. From our own staff of the Committee on Ways and Means Health Subcommittee, our staff director, I give myself 10 additional seconds, Sibel Bjorklund, Jennifer Friedman, Debbie Curtis, Karen McAfee, Chiquita Brooks-LeSueur, and Drew Dawson, and I urge the passage of H.R. 2.
Gentleman reserves his time. Who seeks recognition?